NVIDIA just raised its dividend by 2,400%. Yes, you heard that right. 2,400. The chip giant's Q1 fiscal 2027 report dropped, and it was a showstopper. 81.6 billion in quarterly revenue. That's up 20% quarter over quarter and 85% year over year. But here's the question everyone's asking. Is this the top, or is NVIDIA still a screaming buy? Let's talk numbers. NVIDIA converted 65.6% of its revenue into operating income. That's not just good, that's defying the laws of business physics. For context, most hardware companies dream of 30% margins. NVIDIA's doing 65%. The board approved an additional $80 billion share repurchase authorization, and the dividend went from 1 cent per share to 25 cents. That's a 2,400% increase. Now, some of you are thinking, wait, isn't paying dividends what old, slow companies do? Didn't NVIDIA lose its edge? Here's why that's wrong. NVIDIA's dividend yield after this raise, around 0.4%. That's in the ballpark of Apple, Alphabet, and Meta. This isn't about income, it's about signaling maturity. CFO Colette Kress said at GTC 2026 that NVIDIA plans to return at least 50% of free cash flow to shareholders, and they can afford it. Even with this massive increase, NVIDIA is paying about $6 billion per quarter in dividends. They just booked $58.3 billion in net income in a single quarter. Think about that. One quarter's profit covers 2 years of dividend payments. This isn't a company stretching to pay shareholders. This is a company with so much cash, it has to figure out what to do with it. But here's where it gets interesting. NVIDIA's real play isn't a dividend. It's the shift from one-time chip sales to recurring revenue. Right now, most of NVIDIA's money comes from selling GPUs for AI training. But training is a build once thing. Inference, that's forever. Every time you use an AI agent, every time a robot processes a command, every time a self-driving car makes a decision, that's tokens being processed. And NVIDIA wants to own that stack. They're expecting $20 billion in revenue this year from their new Vera Rubin CPUs alone. That's not GPUs, that's a whole new revenue stream. The playbook? Apple. Apple used to be cyclical. iPhone sales up, iPhone sales down. Now, services revenue, subscriptions, ecosystem lock-in. NVIDIA's building the same thing for AI. NVIDIA AI Enterprise, virtual GPU support, token processing, all recurring. As AI agents and physical AI scale, hyperscalers will need to update their capabilities constantly. And every upgrade cycle, NVIDIA gets paid. Okay, but what could go wrong? Let's talk bear case. 1. NVIDIA drastically overestimates AI agent and physical AI demand. If inference doesn't become the recurring revenue machine they're betting on, this whole thesis cracks. 2. The cycle turns. Hyperscalers spent insane money building AI infrastructure. What if they pause? What if ROI doesn't materialize? 3. Competition. AMD, Intel, custom chips from Google and Amazon. Everyone wants a piece of this pie. And here's the big one. Bank of America just raised a red flag on SpaceX and OpenAI IPOs, calling out bubble warnings. When strategists start using the B word, you listen. NVIDIA's trading at 33.7 times earnings. For a company growing this fast, that's actually cheap, but cheap can get cheaper if the narrative shifts. So here's my take. NVIDIA's not a trade, it's a hold. Maybe even a buy, if you're thinking 5 years out. The dividend raise isn't a top signal, it's a maturity signal. They're transitioning from hyper-growth stock to foundational infrastructure. The recurring revenue play is real. The cash flow is absurd. The moat, still wide. But short-term, there's volatility ahead. B of A's bubble warning, the NASDAQ drop, treasury yields squeezing everything. It's not all green candles from here. If you're already in, hold. If you're looking to enter, dollar cost average. Don't ape in all at once. The AI revolution isn't over, but the easy money, that might be behind us. What do you think? Is NVIDIA still a buy at these levels? Or are we at the top? Drop your take in the comments. And if you want daily breakdowns of AI, tech, stocks, and crypto, hit subscribe. I'm Fully Mills, and I'll see you in the next one.